Welcome to the class. Today we will discuss about the mitotic inhibitors. Today we will discuss mitotic inhibitors and meiosis. So as we have seen in our last class about mitotic cell division, how it takes, and there are certain compounds which inhibit the mitotic division, right? And those compounds which inhibit the mitotic division are known as mitotic poisons, or you can also call it mitotic inhibitors, right? So some of the example of mitotic poisons are azide, your azide and cyanide. So they basically, azide and cyanide, in which step they inhibit the mitotic process? They inhibit the process in prophase of mitotic division, right? So what exactly happened in prophase? In case of prophase, we have seen that there is a condensation of chromosome, nuclear membrane gets disintegration, right? So this azide and cyanides are the poisons which inhibit the prophase, either by not allowing the disruption of membrane, or you can say it promotes decondensation of chromosome, right? So basically this two, azide and cyanide, they inhibit the cell division in the prophase phase of mitotic. Next is your colchicine. Colchicine inhibits the spindle fiber formation in metaphase. We have seen the cell here. If I draw the cell here, you can see that these are the centrioles which move to the opposite pole during the prophase, and this centriole will synthesize some thread-like structures, right? And these thread-like structures get attached to the chromosome at the kinetochore. The center of the chromosome where the thread-like structure gets attached, we call it kinetochore, right? So these are the chromosomes which gets attached to the thin thread-like structure. And this thin thread-like structure, what is the function of this thread-like structure? What we call spindle fiber is to pull the chromosome towards the opposite end, so that after, when the cell division is completed, the cells will get the equal number of chromosomes. Both the cells will have the equal number of chromosomes. That's why this division is also known as equational division, right? But if during the cell division, if there is a exposure of colchicine drug, what it will do, it will inhibits the spindle fiber formation. As a result, the chromosome will not be able to move to the opposite end, right? So what will happen? The chromosome will get accumulated at one place, and this results in polyploidy. So what is polyploidy? Polyploidy, if we discuss about polyploidy, poly means many, poly means many, and ploidy means your chromosome. So this is it will lead to a disorder where non-disjunction of chromosome takes place and all the chromosomes gets accumulated at the center. And these are also, you can say, some of the compounds which inhibit the cell division, right? Coming to meiosis. Meiosis is known as reductional division. Now what is reductional division? You can see the term reduction. Reduction means what? Here, see here, if this is a parent cell which is having a 2n chromosome, say the parent cell is having a 2n chromosome. Now when this parent cell divides into two daughter cells, each daughter cells will be having a half number of chromosome, right? So as the daughter cells are having half number of chromosome, their chromosome gets reduced as compared to your parent cell, right? So we call this reductional division. Clear what is reductional division? Because if we compare the number of chromosomes of the daughter cells with the parent cells, there will be a very less number, half number of chromosome, right? Chromosome number gets reduced to half. So we call this division as a reductional division. So daughter cells have half number of chromosome. So this division was reported in the egg of sea urchin. The term meiosis was coined by Farmer and Moore. Coming to meiosis. Meiosis is the process in eukaryotic sexually reproducing animals that reduces the number of chromosomes in a cell. This basically takes place in gamete cells. Basically takes place in gametes like sperm and ovum. That's why it is mentioned here, sexually reproducing animals. You should not get confused with this, because why sexually reproducing? Because it takes place in your gametes like spermatogenesis, oogenesis, right? Otherwise, see here what will happen. Let me tell you, say this is a boy, this is a girl. This boy is having 46 chromosomes, this girl is having 46 chromosomes, right? Now when they reproduce, the progeny will be having twice of 46, right? So the chromosome number will be very high compared to your parent cell. But in case of meiosis, what meiosis will do is they maintain the chromosome number. They will reduce the chromosome number to half in gametic cell. So in case of gametic cell, the chromosome number will be 23, 23. This 23, 23 will combine, forms 46 again, and this again undergo meiotic division in the gametic cells. So this is how the meiosis division helps in maintaining the chromosome number in an organism, right? So many organisms package these cells into gametes such as egg and sperm. The gametes can then meet during the reproduction and fuse to create a new zygote. Because the number of allele was reduced during meiosis, the combination of two gametes will yield a zygote with the same number of allele as in the parents. So what basically happens, let me tell you here. Say this is a male and this is a female. So this is the symbol for male we used in biology, and this is the symbol for female we used in biology. You should not get confused with these symbols, right? So what exactly is having, see here, normally we are diploid organism, but the gametes, sperm and egg, are haploid. That means it is having a 23 number. It is having how much? It is having 23 number of chromosome, right? So it gets fused and leads to 46, which again during the gamete formation, during the spermatogenesis means what? Spermatogenesis, or you can say oogenesis. That means what? Spermato stands for sperm. Genesis stands for synthesis. So during the synthesis or production of gametes, they undergo this process, meiosis division, and reduces the chromosome number to half. Oogenesis similarly stands for secondary oocyte formations. Right? What are the function of meiosis is that it is necessary for sexually reproducing animals to maintain the same number of chromosomes. See here, it is produced in sexually reproducing animals to maintain the same number of chromosome in the offspring as in the parents. So here you can say, let me give you the example here. Okay, fine. So what it will do, main role function of meiosis is it maintains the chromosome number. How? See here, this is male, this is female. Though they are diploid organism, but their gametes are haploid. Haploid means the gametes are having a half number of chromosomes. So 46 half will be how much? 23, right? So they will produce again 46, but this will again undergo meiosis during the gamete formation and gets converted to 23. So you can say that this process helps in maintaining the chromosome number in the offspring, as in you can say as in parents. Phases of meiosis. If we say meiosis, meiotic phases of meiosis are divided into two types. That is your meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. If you see phases of meiosis, this is meiosis 1 and this is your meiosis 2, right? Meiosis 1 is divided into prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. Prophase is again subdivided into many stages: lactotin, zygotin, pakitin, diplotin and dikinases, right? So let me discuss here what is happening here. See, if we, this is, you can say, summary of the class also, you can say, right? Meiosis summary, so that you can understand it quickly, right? So what we have seen, meiosis, it is a reductional division. That means the chromosome number gets reduced to half, that is 2n gets reduced to half. This takes place in gametes during gametogenesis, that is spermatogenesis and oogenesis, right? Next, this reductional division was reported in the eggs of sea urchin. If you don't know what is sea urchin, you can go to the Google and click sea urchin. You will get the images of the organism, right? So it was reported in the egg of sea urchin. The term meiosis was coined by Farmer and Murray, right? Next, we have seen this is the basics of meiosis, right? So why this division is necessary? This division is necessary because it helps in maintaining the chromosome number. This division is necessary because it maintains the chromosome number, right? If we see the phases of meiosis, let me go to the next slide. If we see the phases of meiosis, there are two phases of meiosis, meiosis 1 and meiosis 2. Phases of meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, right? So both this meiosis 1 and meiosis 2 will undergo what? Both the stages will undergo, write it here, karyokinesis as well as cytokinesis, like in case of mitosis, right? We will see this part in detail in our next class. So this karyokinesis and cytokinesis will be there for both meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, right? And we have seen that in meiosis 1, in mitosis we have seen that karyokinesis is divided into several stages like prophase, metaphase, anaphase, telophase, right? So here also in case of meiosis also, the karyokinesis is divided into your substages, which are prophase, right? Metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. Then it goes for the cytokinesis, that is the division of cytoplasm, right? Same thing here, but in specifically if we talk about meiosis 1, this prophase is further divided into substages. What are the substages? Lactotin, zygotin, pakitin, diplotin, and dikinesis. And what? Dikinesis. Now one most important thing is these stages are present only in meiosis 1, right? Meiosis 2 will have normal prophase 2, metaphase 2, and anaphase 2 and telophase 2. But in case of meiosis 1, the prophase will be further divided into your lactotin, right? Zygotin, pakitin, diplotin, and dikinesis. And here the interphase cell, the cell which has already crossed interphase, that is your G1S, G2 phase, right? So that cell will be entering into the meiosis 1. The cell should not undergo a new interphase. Already the cells which are done with the interphase, those cells will come and enter into your meiotic division, and they will switch to meiosis 1 and meiosis 2, right? So next class we will be discussing about all these stages in detail. If you have any queries, please feel free to ask. Thank you so much students for watching the session.